I don't know what it is with grandmas, not even grandpas, just grandmas. They always see their grandkids and they always say, "Oh, you're not eating enough," if they're skinny, right? And then they put on weight like,
Yeah.
you're eating too much."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What is it you want me to do, Grandma? You want me to lose weight or gain weight? Lose weight or gain weight?
I know, right?
Wee.
Ooh, wee.
Alrighty. Let's get ready to rumble. All right.
Let's get ready to crumble.
And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Starr, your host for this super deep podcast, and this is episode number 24. And as always, joined with me, Miss Kaleo Heddle in the building. What's going on, sis? How you doing?
Better.
Better. Betterer. I'm doing all right too.
Better than I once was.
Than you once was. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for episode 24, and it's going to be a live one, like we're catching live fish. I don't know why I said that, but I don't know why I said that, but yeah, no, excited to bring you guys another episode. It's gonna be a good one. We obviously gonna be starting off with some Would You Rathers and some questions where we just go back and forth, and hopefully we don't agree, because we usually always agree on stuff.
Always. There's times where I so passionately want to disagree, but I'm like, yeah, I agree.
I think there was that there's probably some times where you do agree with me and then you just like say that
Flip
you don't
it.
agree just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you out there or anything, but anyways.
He's calling me out. What?
No,
Rude.
so yeah, guys, on this episode we're gonna be talking a little bit about, like, I don't know what to call it, but something with like culture, some like what people would do for, like, I guess culture appreciation or something like that, where, you know, somebody would dress up in that specific culture and then the actual natives are like actually liking it, but then the non-natives are like, "Oh, that's like that's like a disgrace, like you're not even that culture, why are you wearing that?" So we're gonna be talking about that a little bit. And then we're gonna be talking a little bit about paternity leave, because that's something that a lot of people don't really talk about, but they kind of do, but not really. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I think it's because most people don't think of, still to this day, don't really think about, fathers staying to help out. They should be going out and getting money. Blah, 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 blah. We can get into that later.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we're gonna start off with actually, you know what? I totally forgot. You know, if you guys are on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, and subscribe this channel so that you don't miss any more videos or any episodes. If you guys want to watch any previous episodes, go ahead and check out the playlist. It'll be down below in the link below. If you guys are on what is that called, Spotify, go ahead and rate the podcast episode or the show. Actually, rate both. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, if you're on Spotify, follow the podcast. Appreciate you guys listening in, and let's get this show started. So, with the first thing, I think we talked about superhero powers before. I'm not sure, unless it was like
Yes.
off podcast. But what do you think? What do you think is the most powerful, like just in general, most powerful superpower to have?
Time travel.
Time travel? Time travel? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know why.
Because you can alter any state. Doesn't necessarily mean that you can alter the final outcome, but you can change events that make other things happen, either in a good way or a bad way. I feel like it would be time travel.
I'm trying to think of it as like in a fight, you know, if a superhero and a villain is fighting. And I guess it makes sense, because like if the superhero, you know, is about to die, you just time travel back to the beginning of the fight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at the same time, like if they were destined to die, they're going to die in some other way, shape, or form in that fight. But like at the same time, that could be contradictory too. But I mean, I guess if it was like a physical fight, Speed.
Yeah, no, I would probably agree with you, even though I said we're not supposed to agree with each other. But no, that's because like every time somebody asks me like what superpower I would want, I always choose speed because the Flash is one of my favorite superheroes. And I don't know if I would choose immortality, something like who's immortal, freaking Deadpool or Wolverine, even though
I wouldn't.
yeah, it's as good as it sounds. Living living forever and watching everybody you care about, one by one die. Like, it's just
Yeah, like
miserable.
no, thank you. No, thank you. I'd want teleportation, period.
Okay, so sticking on the topic of superpowers, like who you think this is like probably one of the biggest like talks in superhero history. Who do you think would win in a fight? Superman or the Hulk?
I don't know.
I mean, put it this
The
way, right?
Hulk. The Hulk, I think.
Well, we got.
Let's face it though, like Superman, when Superman first came out, he didn't have a weakness. He had no weaknesses whatsoever. They came up with kryptonite after the fact. There was like no one can beat him. Like, where's the fun in that? So then they came up with kryptonite, right? So like, okay, so if the Hulk knows he's getting into a fight with come on, you know he's gonna have kryptonite somewhere.
I mean, his body is green. He might be made of kryptonite.
Right? I mean, no, he's not, but like,
not, yeah.
but like, think about it. Like, they're both pretty indestructible, right?
Yeah.
Like, the Hulk can get messed up, but like, his only weakness is if he goes back down to being Bruce Banner, right? So if he's always enraged and can maintain,
well, I think
he doesn't have as many weaknesses, right? And then if he's able to get a hold of some kryptonite, Superman's screwed.
Well, the Hulk's weakness would be mind control or magic, because there's only so much he could do with brute strength and in rage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at when he fought,
strong and indestructible.
But look at when he fought Thanos. He got beaten punched a couple of times, and then he just ran away.
He was just being a little sissy lala there.
Exactly. Oh man, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Like, who would like honestly win in the fight, Superman or the Hulk? As we get,
that'd be one hell, dude. That would be destruction everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of people are gonna say Superman because they'll be like, "Oh, well, Superman's the greatest superhero of all time." Duh.
But he's not though.
Who is?
Okay, look, I know a lot of my fellow Hawaiians like, oh, Superman. No, I'm not one of those. Most of my family are like, oh, Superman is the best. I'm like, he's not, but well, okay.
Who is then? You're saying the Hulk?
Okay, look, powers wise, yes, he's top fudging tier, Jesus.
Oh,
but
man.
I wouldn't say he's necessarily the best. Who would I say the best is? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that right now.
People would probably say that because he was probably the most popular for like the longest time. So
oh my gosh, forever. I'd be curious to know who everyone's favorite Superman was.
Yeah. No,
because there's been a few.
Yeah, there has been a few. As much as I like, the very first and the classic Supermans, I'd probably choose the ones in the more recent, years.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Smallville?
I did, and I know a lot of people would choose Smallville Superman. I can't think of his name because I never watched it.
I can't either. I watched it, but I can't think of his name. But he wasn't my favorite.
It was cool. Smallville. I think the Smallville series was kind of like catered to television. You know, just
Oh yeah, because
you know what I
it's
mean?
got more of the, you know,
Storytelling, like more deeper
yeah,
into just like I don't know, coming up with the life he's actually lived, all the smaller details, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, let us know who is your favorite Superman and who you think would win in a fight, Superman or the Hulk. So let's move on to the Would You Rather's.
Oh, okay.
Here's a pretty weird one, funny one, and again, just like the last episode, go ahead and let us know what would you rather do. Would you rather receive an alert every time your parents hook up, or have your parents receive an alert every time you hook up with someone? I don't know.
Dang.
It's so
I mean,
weird.
if I got notifications of my parents hooking up, like I would not be, because that would just be like, all right, well there goes my sex drive. Like, I'm done. Love you. I'm glad you're getting it on, but nope, I'm good.
but it's I mean, it's still weird that your parents knowing exactly when you're hooking up. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah,
especially
but I
like
mean,
especially like right now, we're not living with our parents, and like say we go, you know, our spouse, me and my spouse move back, not move, but visit, and then we do it over there, and then they're like, they know, you know what I mean?
or you're just visiting for holiday, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, either like, you were in my house.
That's why you weren't
At
answering
the
my
time.
call? That's why you wouldn't answer my call for the 3 minutes? I'm just kidding.
And at what point are they getting notification? Is it, never mind, you know, we're not gonna, well, no, we're going to, you know what? Do they get notification when things start getting heavy and
Right
it's
when
like
it
a
starts.
thought, or like at first
It
penetration?
it has to be
Like,
it has to be right when it starts, just like sending a text and you get notifications right when it's sent. Oh man. I'm not even gonna choose because I'm the one asking the question, so you gotta choose.
but you gotta shoot. No, see, I always choose first, and then you either agree or disagree with me. So you get to do this one first.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right, give me. I choose. I'll receive the alert every time my parents hook up because they had me, so I already knew they hooked up for me. So yeah. And even when we get older and like say I become 40 years old and my parents are like 67 years old, I don't know. Yeah, it is going to be gross to me, but it's like, man, I'm glad my parents are still having fun.
No, but I would block it. I would block the number. And if another one came through, I'd block that one. Like, I don't want to know. You know, happy for them. Yay. Congratulations. But I don't want to know. Can they know? Be like, oh, hey, we might have another kid. Yay. Like another grandkid. Like, okay, fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
There's no way they're going to have a kid at that age. No.
No, I mean, if they got notification of
Oh
me.
yeah. You're right. My bad. I'm just like, why did I ask this question? So, oh man.
I don't want to. My mother is a very like sweet, innocent, like hardcore church going Catholic woman. So just to know, mm, I mean, I know
You
they did the
can't
deed.
you can't you can't say all of that and they
I
had
know
you
they
and your
did the
siblings.
deed, but I mean, they were married, you know? So it was like, all right, cool. Like, you know, I was Thai, you know, marriage before sex, not necessarily that happened, but it's just like, it, you know, fine. Now it's at a point where it's like, okay, hey, we might have another grandbaby. Hey, yo.
Yo, I think it would be. I think my parents, my mom especially, would probably want that so that they know. that they're gonna have their first grandkid because they don't got one yet. So, but nope,
See, then your parents would appreciate that, like
nope,
tracking her cycle.
nope, nope. All right, let's move on to the next one, please. So, would you rather pee your pants in public once a week or poop your pants in private every other day?
Okay, so poop my pants in private every other day, or
Pee your pants in public once a week. So it's like not as often as pooping your pants, but it's in public.
Hey, you know what? I'd pee because I would wear a diaper.
I was just about to say that you can wear a diaper and nobody's gonna know.
Right? Right? I mean, I suppose you could wear a diaper for pooping yourself too, but that's just way more clean up. Like it's just like that it gets caked up there. Like have you ever had to deal with a kid's diaper like that? Ugh. No.
Nope,
I'll wear a
not
diaper
me.
and I'll pee. It's fine. So gross.
Not me. I haven't dealt with well, maybe I've helped out my cousins and before, but nope, never dealt with doo-doo diapers before.
One
Not on
day,
my own.
one day, Starr. One day.
But I feel like it's just like, wiping your own ass, you know?
It's really not.
How? How?
Bro.
How is it not wiping your own
Okay,
butt?
look, listen. I'll tell you the first time you have a kid and they have a blowout where it literally comes to the top of their head. Let's talk. It is not like wiping your own ass.
Sometimes it happens to us. Sometimes it happens to us.
No, SUPA, you don't get doo-doo up to your head. You tell me you get doo-doo up to your head, bro.
Maybe not me, but some people do. Like, they're trying to hold it in
You
and they run to the public bathroom.
Man right here, like, what happens to some people? No, SUPA. He's talking by experience. That's what happened right now.
I saw videos and then I've heard from outside the public bathrooms.
Oh,
like people running, you know what I mean? And they're trying to get in and then they don't make it and it just splatters and then it hits the wall and it bounces back on their head.
No. You hear him? No.
I don't care what you say. Wiping a butt is the same as wiping a butt.
No, it's not the same as wiping your own butt.
I mean, the only difference is you can't see your own boo-hole, but you can see the baby's boo-hole. That's the only difference.
No, yo, the first time you wipe that tar ass, no, no, and the first gag you get from doing that real rancid doo-doo, nope. You can handle your own brand. You can't handle a baby's brand. It's bad.
That's why if it's really bad, I'm just gonna hold the baby in the shower and let it freaking rinse off down the drain. Done.
You got to get all the rest of the clothes off first if it's that bad.
I'm gonna take all the clothes off, naked baby.
And you're gonna get doo-doo all over you.
No, I'm gonna hold it like this, right there.
Bruh, no, that's not how this works. No.
Or I'm gonna shower with the baby, so it doesn't matter to me getting wet because I'm gonna shower myself.
Tell me you ain't gonna have a reaction if you holding your naked baby and you got doo-doo all over you. Like, nope.
Well,
nope.
We both agree we're gonna pee in our pants. End of story. Next one.
We're
next one. Last one and next one. This sounds very painful.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather always have to use sandpaper as toilet paper, or always have to use hot sauce as an eye or eardrops?
Oh.
Yeah. Sounds very painful. Then again, now that I think about it, there are some toilet papers out there that do be feeling like sandpaper.
You're not wrong. Honestly, I probably would go with the sandpaper because eventually your butt would become like tough enough to it that it would be no big deal.
It
And are we
adjusts.
talking like nasty grit sandpaper, like that not fine sandpaper, where it's nice and smooth? We're talking like it's
No, it's sandpaper.
either way, I would still use sandpaper.
I
I
don't
don't want hot sauce in my eye. Have you ever got hot sauce in your eye?
Yeah, but
That
then
hurts.
but then you don't bleed. There's no tears. There's no, you know what I mean? Your butthole's gonna be bleeding.
Look, be gentle, okay? Look, eventually your butthole's gonna be fine.
Or because sandpaper.
But you're also putting hot sauce in your ear. That's just gonna cause more damage.
My ear's already damaged. I had 2 surgeries already. What's another one?
But then you have to continue using hot sauce after another one, and then another one, and then eventually just
Yeah,
death.
but like,
You have to keep using it.
but how often?
You're putting vinegar in your ears.
Unless you have an ear infection like consistently, or you have an ear problem or an eye problem, how often do you have to use ear or eye drops compared to using toilet paper? You probably use that. We use that every day.
Okay, but we're assuming that you're having to use these like almost every day.
Nope, doesn't say that in the Would You Rather. Nope. I'm going with the hot sauce.
All right, next time I see Starr, I'm gonna put hot sauce in his eye.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be in pain for like an hour, and then I'm good. Not like
an hour.
Not like sandpaper, toilet paper.
We're gonna use the hottest sauce we can find.
No, it just says hot sauce. It doesn't say hottest sauce.
Look, I'm gonna find the hottest hot sauce.
No. No.
Okay, look, if it was only because my eyes needed something, then fine, I would use that. But if it was like you have habitual dry eyes, so you have to constantly use drops, and your drops are hot sauce, nah. No.
All right. There you have it, guys, with our Would You Rathers for the week. And it was heated. It was heated for sure. So we're going to get into, we're going to dive deep into these other 2 topics. And before we move on, we're going to hit you with these messages. This podcast is sponsored by Roots Global Entertainment. Originally based out of the beautiful island of Hawaii, they are a group of gamers, content creators, and streamers. So if you guys want to check out some of their stuff and some of their merch and some of their, you know, their social media platforms and stuff like that, go to rootsglobalentertainment.com. You would not be disappointed. And let's get back to the podcast. Now we are back, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about some culture stuff of, like, for example, let's just bring it up right away. Let's just bring up, you know, our Pacific Island cultures, you know, tattooing, kind of like right there. If you guys are listening, I showed my tattoo. Anyway, so you got your, you know, typical Melanesian, Polynesian, Micronesian, you know, tribal tattoos on, you know, our bodies. Like, you know, we do it, you know, as part of a tradition, part of our culture. And, you know, we have people that are not, let's just say they are a different culture. They're not our culture, and they're getting these Pacific Islander tribal tattoos on their bodies. And there is a lot of debate on whether or not it's a good or bad thing. What do you think?
I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think if they're doing it just because it looks cool, then it's completely inappropriate. If they don't understand what it means, what it stands for, and genuinely what it means to them, like any tattoo in general, but especially when it becomes part of someone's culture, someone's history, that kind of thing, that's when it starts to bother me, because they haven't done their research and they haven't figured out why it is what it is, you know? Like, you know pretty much everything that involves yours. I know you kept yours simple, but you know the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
That to me is the most important part. You don't necessarily have to be of, you know, my Hawaiian descent in order to get something like that. Like, you don't. But you need to understand and appreciate it and be able to express what each part of it means. That to me is the most important thing, no matter what it is when it comes to tattoos, clothing, everything.
So what do you think about those who it don't matter if that other person did all of that research and created a story with that Pacific Islander culture, Pacific Islander tattoo artist. They took all the right steps, they understand the culture, whatever, but there is still a lot of our native people that don't want that at all. Like, what do you think about that?
I just, for me, because I am mixed, for me, it's a situation where I was always taught and grew up being told to include everyone, whether they're a different race, a different culture, and things like that, and that you should be able to appreciate everything as long as everyone is on that mutual understanding of what it truly means, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, just as long as you understand that. I feel like people are just trying to segregate us too much, and that's not okay. That just causes hate, and we're meant to love each other, not tear each other apart.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that plays or comes from, obviously what happened way back in the day in our history,
Yeah.
right? And it sucks. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
we're not like dismissing that those things happen, but
Oh yeah.
just like what you said, we were made to love, we were made to share, our culture. And like we do that every day, even till this day right now. Why do we have all these uh like, Pacific Polynesian culture centers, or where
Yeah.
we share the culture through dance, through music, through food, cooking, tattoos, everything, because that's a part of our culture. We share the love, we share our culture with the whole world. You know what I mean? That's just the way I
Yeah.
was raised, and I'm sure that you were raised like that too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and a lot of it is like, all these I don't want to say outsiders, but non-native or non Pacifica people. Um, it's just, I think majority of it is not necessarily what is that called? Can't think of the word, but not necessarily like they're trying to bash our culture or whatever, or they're trying to take over or whatever. It's more of like just them being uneducated about how we run things, how we do things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's up to, I mean, I hear a lot of islanders talk about this on TikTok, where it's up to us to educate these people, because a lot of times they're they're ignorant, or they just plainly don't know. But it's
Yeah.
up to us to just let them know. And if they don't want to know,
Yeah.
then so be it. Like, we still gonna be us, you know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would never go out and get some kind of Chinese symbol or anything like that without genuinely knowing everything behind that symbol. Because I think that's just disrespectful.
Yeah. So like, say you get like a lot of people get like that Chinese phrase, like peace or love. And
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they know what that stands for. It stands for peace or love. And maybe that's something that they kind of incorporate, or um you know,
Well, and that's just
right?
even making sure that it's the right symbol.
Yeah.
Like, I know people that have gotten it and it wasn't the right symbol. I'm like, that's not right.
Well,
Like,
that's the tattoo artist's fault.
well, and they might not know any better either. Like, it's
Yeah.
not in their wheelhouse, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So, and then there's other people that are also non-natives, right? That look at, like, I'm gonna just say it, like, there are other people that look at, some white people or black people, or Mexican people or whatever, that look at these non-Pacific Islanders, and kind of judge them and be like, oh, why are you getting Islander or Samoan tribal tattoo or a Hawaiian tribal tattoo? You're not even that culture. And then they just judge them. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not even,
yeah.
the people that are judging are not even, native. They're not even, you know what I mean? Like, what are
Yeah.
they, like, who are they to judge other people? Like, kind of like, I don't know what I'm saying. Like, leave it up to us to, well, maybe not us to judge, but only because only God can judge us. But anyways, I'm just
Well, like,
going off on a rant.
I have a friend, blonde hair, blue eyes, tall legs for days, right? You're like never would ever guess that she would have a tribal tattoo or a Hawaiian tattoo or a Pacifica tattoo. But she does. She has a beautiful one. And she did her research. She learned everything. And she lived on the island. She grew up on the islands most of her life. So that was her culture. That's all she knew. You know, and yeah, okay, she, predominantly was around, more white people, but like she still grew up in it. It was still part of her everyday life, and she still to this day lives the spirit of aloha, like, so for her to be like, this is what every part of this tattoo means, and this is what it means to me, and that's why I got it. And I'm like, power to you. I can fully appreciate that, and it's beautiful.
You know what I don't understand is our native people still judging people like that. As
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like they had no control, you know what I mean? Say she moved when did she move there?
She was born and raised there.
So yeah, she was born and raised there, even though without the native blood, that's her like her home because that
That's her
was
home.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's
She
everything to her.
yeah, she grew up in our culture. So
Yeah.
she understands everything, but why does some of our native people still judge that person just based off of color? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
understand that. Like it gets me mad.
Yeah, and she said that she was bashed for having it for the longest time, and then she's like, they don't know me, they don't know my story, and that's okay. If they want to know, they can ask,
Yeah.
but until then, I'm going to wear it proudly, and I'm going to educate people when they do ask.
I mean, it's I'll give you an example. I think I told you this before, but for the viewers, there was the TikTok video, and this one white dude, he's obviously a content creator, and he put on the like a traditional Mexican outfit with the pullover, and then the what is the hat called again?
Sombrero.
The sombrero, and then he's walking around a college campus, and he's asking a bunch of college students like, "Oh, is this being racist? Am I wrong?" And every single college student said, "Yes, you're being racist. That's disrespectful. You don't even know the culture. You're not that culture." But then on the flip side, on the second half of the video, he goes into like a community of where there's mostly Hispanics and Mexicans, and he asked them, every single Mexican that he asked, they all accepted it. They all said, "Yeah, yeah, you're wearing it right. Oh yes, that's the one. That's the right one. We appreciate it. Thank you for wearing our stuff." Like,
Yeah, because I don't see the problem in it if you're making sure that you're educating yourself on how to do things properly or what things mean and how to do it. There should be no problem. There genuinely should be no problem because that's somebody showing interest in your culture, your lifestyle, things like that. What is so wrong with somebody outside our ethnicity, our culture and stuff like that? What is so wrong with that? That's just people being insecure and being like, "Oh, that's mine. It should only be mine." Uh-uh.
yeah, and and
Uh-uh.
and they say that based off of what happened in our past. What happened with our
Yeah.
ancestors. But the
The
only
people
way
now are not who did that to us forever ago.
I know, as painful as that sounds, that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like it hurts me to say that because it happened to our ancestors back in the days, and
Yeah.
that's our bloodline. But at the same time, there's it's a new world now. The world is different now, and the only way forward is if we together as a human race move forward together. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was gonna say something, but forgot what I was gonna say. um but yeah, that's a very touchy subject, especially in the islands of Hawaii.
Yeah.
I know a couple of my friends, if they do watch this, they gonna chew me out. But I mean, that's the truth, man. Like, I'm sorry, I mean, I don't know why I'm saying sorry, but it sucks that
I'm not
whatever
sorry.
it sucks that whatever happened back in the days happened, but it's up to us to take that step forward. We can't, to me, we can't keep going back to the past. If you, that's like what, taking 5 steps back and only 2 steps
Yeah.
forward. You know what I mean? How are we going to move forward if we keep taking steps back and keep
Right.
dwelling on the past?
Right.
And that works in with everything in life. You know what I mean? How you going to
Mhm.
move forward, man?
Yeah.
Because the world and the time is still moving forward.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um. So speaking of time, we talked about time traveling back before.
Yes, we
I just
did.
wanted to make that connection. Anyways, we're gonna
See what he did
yeah.
there?
Did you have anything else to say on this topic before we move on to the final one?
That's the kind of topic that could just go on for days in every culture.
Yeah.
Every culture. It's just
The next time we bring a Islander on here, we're gonna ask them that question too. Because we
yes.
can't just go off of just my and your perspective. You know, we gotta ask everybody because everybody has a say. So
Has their own opinions on everything.
yeah,
And some, we can agree to disagree, but it's just one of those things where I was just taught that everybody should be loved.
yeah.
Plain and simple.
I mean, for me, I like you said, I appreciate other people wanting to learn about our culture because
Oh,
that saves
absolutely.
yeah, because that saves me the time of explaining it. Or well, I'll explain it eventually, but then I don't have to go out there and like, this is my culture. This is my culture. Like they want to know already. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not like I don't want to shove it in your face if you don't want to know about it. If you're
Yeah,
asking me, I get so excited because I'm like, oh my God, let me tell you.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I just remembered. And I just forgot it. I no, honestly, I really remembered, and then I
Squirrel.
was ready to say it, and then when I said I just remembered, went away.
You forgot.
Oh, okay, now I
Dang.
remember. Okay, now I remember what to say. So I think a lot of it now, is with our peoples now. It's a big thing because there are those, bad apples in the bunch, right? There are those people that come to any island in the Pacific Ocean and they blatantly disrespect the land or they just
Yeah.
very rude to the people. And it sucks because it puts an image to the rest of their people. And now every time somebody visits us natives, we just assume that they're gonna be like that last person.
Yeah.
So that's where we gotta be better people and not judge somebody by the cover of the book, right? We
Right.
just get to know the people, be our loving self, our open self as the way that we are. And if they do something, then yeah, okay. They're gonna get a slap.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like in any kind of relationship in life in general. Like, if you bring everything from your past with you, any kind of situation that was negative or bad and stuff like that, like it's not going to end well. You're not going to better the situation going forward. So why not, politely educate individuals on what it should be or what it was or what it can be. Like there
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then when you try to educate people and then some people are just like, oh yeah, 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 I know, I know, I know. Okay, yeah, there is those rude people, but like
Yeah.
I said, it's up to us to overcome that, like suck our feelings up and let them know, like, hey, this is not how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be touching this, and that's it. And then move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, we, don't be disrespectful to them. Just be like,
Right,
oh,
right.
like, hey, like, I just, I want to let you know, like, this is not okay. Like,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
supposed to be touching those rocks. You're not supposed to be touching this. You're not supposed, like, don't be a dick about it because they're already being a dick. And if they're already being a dick and you're a dick to them, like, we're just exacerbating the situation.
yeah. That's just like what I always say, man. You can't fight fire with a fire. You know what I mean?
Nope. I mean,
certain situations, yeah, but
I'm like, I mean, technically they kind of do fight fire with fire, but that's okay.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Preventative. It's preventative fire.
You know what I'm trying to say. You
I do.
can't, you know, can't fight fire with fire. Like it's just like in a relationship, right? Can't have
Mhm.
two hotheads, you know, arguing back and forth, and it gets nowhere. Somebody's
Mhm.
gotta be the calm one so that each side can hear the other side out, and then you know you guys figure out a way to work it through. So us, you know,
Easier said than done sometimes, but
it is a lot easier said than done. But you know, my advice to our peoples back in Hawaii, just we just gotta stay kind, man. Like as frustrated and as hurt as we are, stay kind because I'm sure that's what our ancestors would want us to do is just to stay true to ourselves, be kind and show love.
Yep.
Aloha. Oh man. So we're gonna get into the last one and we'll probably talk a little bit about it because we're running short on time. So we're talking about paternity leave and you know, not just with you know with dads or fathers, even with mothers too. Like a lot of a lot of mothers don't get maternity leave and they're the ones pregnant. Well,
Yep.
like why? I don't understand it. I mean, I understand that there is people that does take advantage of certain situations and stuff like that, but how the heck is this mother gonna freaking raise a kid who cannot clearly raise himself and go to work? Like with our working days nowadays, right? Our working situation or whatever, you have to work 8 hours a day or minimum to even provide for your kid, and then let alone take care of it while they're at home. Who they can't watch themselves at home.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how are mothers and fathers not getting paternity leave.
Yeah. Nah, it most states fathers are supposed to get 12 weeks. 12 weeks of paid paternity leave. Most men don't know that. They don't even think about it. They think, "Oh man, I have to use all my PTO just to stay home with you for a week, you know,
Right,
or
right.
whatever." And a lot of mothers too, you know, well, most mothers know that they should be allotted a certain amount and you can do it extended leaves and stuff like that, but it's just like for me, for example, right? My first child, I was only allowed to take a month off. A month off.
1 month.
1 month. And I even ended up having to come back a little bit early into that month because I didn't qualify. My situation did not qualify
Oh, you made
for
too
me
much
to take
money?
more time off. No, with the I don't want to say application, but it's kind of like an application to where you have to submit your paperwork to your HR department and say, you know, I need this much time off, and they either approve it or deny it. And at the
See,
time, I only qualified for a month. Only qualified for a month.
it shouldn't be an application where it's approve or deny. It should be an application to where you just have to submit it and then you got it.
Right. Right. Yeah, so I needed extended medical leave because I mean it was my first kid. Like, come on now. Like I ended up taking, I think it was 3.5 weeks, maybe at the most, with my first kid. And then my second, I straight up was like, nope, I know my rights. I researched it. I was like, I am taking 3 solid months. And I said, you cannot deny me of this. If you deny me of this, then I will see you in court.
As you should.
And at the time, their dad wasn't working because it was more conducive to have him not working and a stay at home parent than try to go out and work. So that was our agreement when they were younger, was that, you know, he was to
Does
stay home
that
because I was also the breadwinner, so it just
right?
made sense.
Does that affect the application that one parent is like a stay home parent?
It might some places, but it wasn't like anything that was a question on the stuff that I had to fill out for my leave.
Hmm.
I just I didn't qualify. But a lot of the laws have changed since, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
I've
like
seen that.
back then it wasn't fathers should get 12 weeks paid in any 12 months. And it didn't have to necessarily be like all at once. It could be like, it take a full month, when they're first born. And then, I can take a little bit more after, 2 months. But it literally is 12 weeks with any 12-month period of time.
I mean, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because at least the
Yeah.
father can stay home to help, but then go back to work to kind of keep the money flow. Or yeah,
But
keep the
it's
money.
paid time though. It's paternity and maternity leave should be paid time.
It should be.
Now, if you're getting some kind of extended medical, sometimes it's not the full pay. It can be a reduced amount of pay. It just kind of depends. Like that's why people have to do the research in their state and in their city and figure out what exactly are their rights. Because HR departments, unfortunately, they won't give you all of that.
Or at least they won't tell you that you have it all, and they're just like, oh yeah, you can take this amount.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like for me, I probably didn't know that. Like, I mean, I didn't know that, and then I'll probably just guess like, hey, I know my wife's gonna need like me for the first 3 weeks. Can I take 3 weeks off? And they're just gonna be like, I do the application. They're just gonna be like, yeah, the 3 weeks is fine, but they don't tell me I have 12 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that can definitely happen. Yeah, it's crazy. I think paternity leave is a huge thing and it definitely should be utilized because mothers have a whole different kind of connection with their kids when they're born, and it isn't until after the baby's born that fathers actually get that chance to connect with their child. And if you get a full 12 weeks with that kid, you know what kind of connection you're going to have with them? It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and it's not only beneficial for the kids, beneficial for the dad too.
Yeah, for the dad, for the mom alone, like being able
Hmm.
to be like, "Oh my gosh, there's a doo-doo diaper. You gotta clean the blowout. I'm gonna go shower.
Nope, it's not my
I'm gonna
turn.
go take a nap."
Not my turn. You told me one doo diaper a week, and I did my one doo diaper.
Yo, get out one doo-doo diaper a week. No. You know
Hey,
how many
hey, if
times
I
they doo-doo in a day?
hey,
Ugh.
if I'm cooking every meal every day, I'm doing all the cooking,
And the cleaning.
some of the cleaning. No, 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 no. I'm just messing. Like I would definitely step up in other places and all that stuff. Definitely, because I'm I have no experience in raising kids, but I've seen the experience. So and I've heard a lot of stories about me and my siblings. So I was a good kid.
Yeah.
I was a good kid.
Right.
Never had always nice doo-doos and never peed pants, nothing. Good kid.
Right. Right. Right.
Bro,
Right.
I never had diarrhea, nothing. It was just solid logs, good. Everything was good.
Yo, no.
Uh no, but for real, like once we be once we be parents, I'm definitely doing my research. I already got some research.
Seriously. Yeah, no, seriously, men absolutely need to. And if it's like a combined effort of, you and your significant other doing it together, like it's really, really important because there are so many options and people just don't know.
Right.
They don't know the questions to ask. They don't know, what they could even ask. They just think that like, okay, I've got this much allotted PTO, I'm gonna use it. No, 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 no. That's a whole different thing. It's separate. That's
Yeah.
what they're there for. Use it.
Right.
Use it.
I did see a story. It was recent too. I think it was within like the past couple of years. I seen a story about this one female who was a single mom, not even married, nothing. Single mom, didn't get approved maternity leave, but she took time off anyways, and then they just told her not to come back.
Ugh,
I was
that's
like,
disgusting.
exactly. I was like, that's messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and unfortunately, that kind of stuff happens all the time
Exactly.
because
Um,
people haven't done their research and figured out what they can and cannot qualify for.
yeah.
Because even if they don't qualify for maternity or paternity leave, they can qualify for other things. And I found that out after my first child, way too late. I'm like, dang, I wish I would have known about that.
All right. That's that reminds me of what people always talk about. And even there was like a funny commercial about it too, about how like you're so careful with your first kid, and then the second kid is like, nah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And you think you got to go everywhere with everything. You're carrying a million things. And then your second kid, you're just putting, goldfish in your pocket. All right, let's go.
The minimum, yeah. The minimum.
It's so minimum. It's crazy.
It's like first kid, I bought 5 boxes of diapers. Second kid, we just need 1 for the week. It's good.
Oh, dear Lord, no. Diapers all day, every day. Like, you
Well,
can't
I'm
have
just,
enough
but I
diapers.
was just trying to say example. You know what I mean? It's like, or like you buy a certain amount of snacks or baby formula or whatever it is, because you just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
right? And then the
Yeah.
second child, you like, I kind of remember we didn't need that much, but let's just get this amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless you have like kids like oh God, my daughter ate like a monster. My son, when he was a baby, not so much. Now though, he never stops.
That's crazy because my mom said that sorry sister, I'm gonna put you out there. My mom said my sister was the one that ate a lot. My
Yeah,
sister was
my
the
daughter
big
ate
kid.
so much. Now she's little bits here and there. Okay, I'm good. I'm like, girl, you need to eat.
No, I ate enough when I was little.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, you know what? Like my tutu said to me, baby, you need to eat. You too skinny.
I don't know what it is with grandmas, not even grandpas, just grandmas. They always see their grandkids and they always say, "Oh, you're not eating enough," if they're skinny, right? And then they put on weight like,
Yeah.
you're eating too much."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What is it you want me to do, grandma? You want me to lose weight or gain weight? Lose weight or
I
gain weight?
I know, right?
Or it's like, and it's sometimes it's like asking your spouse, you know what I mean? The grandma's asking your spouse like, what is she feeding you, or what is he feeding you?
Right. Right.
It's
It's
so
like
funny,
only
man.
only the best, grandma. What do you mean?
Apparently it's not enough because you're too skinny.
Yeah,
Or
she look at me, she's like, oh baby, you too skinny, you need to eat. And then she'd be like, oh baby. No, I'll eat the rest of your plate. I'm like, grandma. What?
grandma, give me that plate back.
Like, you don't need that.
Grandma, you cannot even eat the pig. Just give it to me.
You just gotta gum it to them.
Oh man, it's hilarious, man. Grandmas and great grandmas is hilarious,
Oh man, she was a crazy, crazy woman, but I loved her to death. She was
man.
crazy passionate. Let me correct that. Crazy passionate. Everything that she just nothing was ever half-assed with her. It was always just balls to the wall. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do all of it
Yeah.
from deep. You know.
And one thing about grandmas too, right, is no shame. They just say what
No.
they just say what
Yeah.
they have on their mind, man.
I feel like I'm starting to get to that point in my life where I'm just like, whatever. Here it is.
Yeah.
And I'm almost 40.
Or putting someone else's business, private business, out in the open.
Yeah, at like the most wrong time. You're like,
Exactly.
come on,
Like,
that is
really, man?
not the time. I didn't tell dad yet.
It's always, man. It's always like that. But we still love them.
Yes, we do.
Oh man. But all right, guys, we are getting to the end of the podcast. That was a great episode. As I said before, anything that I asked earlier, go ahead and comment it down below in the comments on YouTube. Again, if you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any episode. And we air episodes every Wednesday. I know there was a couple episodes that we didn't do it on Wednesday because of certain situations that happened, but every Wednesdays is when a new episode comes out. And if you guys are on Spotify, go ahead and follow the podcast, follow follow the podcast, and then rate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 So, as I always say, let's just try to treat everybody the way that we want to be treated. That's it. That's all it is, you know. We treat one person, that person's gonna treat another person, that person's gonna, it's gonna be a snowball effect, and the whole world's just gonna be a lot better. That's it. Hello.
Yep. And remember to be uniquely you. It's the best thing that you could ever do. And you're always enough. And we love you.
Love you. I just started doing that.
That's so hard. Like that's just like this. What? Just do this. It's just so much easier. Or that.
I don't even do that. I'm like, I feel like I'm the only one that does this. It's not even a good heart, but
it's like
yeah, it's my fingers. My fingers are not, they work fine like
His
this.
finger game is weak.
Anyways,
Bruh.
we'll catch you guys on the next episode next week. See you later.